Hello guys, I am Professor Fayyaz Kabadi from Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today we are going to study how to draw the cam profile for offset follower. This is our part number 2 from unit number 4, cam and follower from theory of machine subject. The problem statement is in front of you. I read that problem statement. A cam is to give the following motion to knife edge follower. Outward stroke during 60 degree of cam rotation, dwell for the next 30 degree of cam rotation, a return stroke during next 60 degree of cam rotation, and dwell for the remaining 210 degree of cam rotation. The stroke of the follower is 40 mm and the minimum radius of cam is 50 mm. The follower moves with uniform velocity during both the outstroke and a return stroke. Draw the profile of cam when the cam rotates in clockwise direction. The second condition, which is given here, the axis of the follower is offset by 15 mm from the axis of cam rotation, camshaft. So this is our part number 2. In part number 1, we have already discussed how to draw the cam profile when the follower is inline follower. Here we are going to study today how to draw the cam profile when the follower is offset follower. That means the axis of motion of the follower is offset from the rotational axis of cam at a distance of 15 mm, which is given here in this problem. Okay, that distance may vary in different problems. So this is the type of a radial for offset follower. So today we are going to see how to draw the cam profile for offset follower. This is the displacement diagram that we have already studied in previous session. I will share the link of previous session. Now the first stage is to draw the cam profile is draw the base circle of radius equal to minimum radius of cam and mark the center O1. In this problem, the minimum radius of cam is given 50 mm. So 50 mm in the compass and O1 as a center, I will draw the circle. Okay, along with me, take the instruments, drawing instruments like pencil, eraser, compass, protractor with you and start with me. So first step is draw the base circle of radius equal to minimum radius of cam and mark the center O1 and give the dimension as radius is equal to 50 mm. Second step, draw the axis of follower at a distance from the cam axis. Draw the axis of the follower. This is the vertical line which is nothing but axis of knife edge follower, and in this problem statement that is given 15 mm. Okay, the follower axis where intersect the base circle, this follower axis where intersect the base circle, mark that point as O. This O1 is a cam axis or axis of base circle and O is the intersection point of axis of follower and base circle. Okay, now the question is arise here, why I take that distance 15 mm right side of the vertical axis of cam rotation, why not left side? So it is your choice, and in problem statement it is not given the axis of the follower whether it is a right side of the cam axis or left side of the cam axis. So it is my choice, and if it is given in problem statement, according to that you have to take that 15 mm distance either right side or left side. Okay. But in this problem statement that distance is not given whether it is right side or left side, so I take the distance, I measure that distance, the axis of the follower is 15 mm to right of the cam axis. Now next third step is join O1O. Join O1O. Here is the twist in phase inline follower and radial follower. In this radial follower, join O1O. Okay, and measure the outstroke from this line O1O. O1O. Okay, you have to draw the line joining O1O, and O is nothing but trace point of the knife edge follower. Okay, always remember, don't make mistake in that. Third step is join trace point of the follower and cam axis O1. Okay, and from that O1O you have to measure the outward stroke, not from the vertical line, not from the vertical line. Next step is draw the circle with O1 as a center and radius equal to offset distance, which is given here in this problem. So I have 15 mm. Okay, so O1 as a center and 15 mm as a radius, which is offset distance. Draw the circle here. That circle is called offset circle. Offset circle. Okay, O1 as a center and offset distance, which is given in the problem statement. Here it is 15 mm. So O1 as a center and 15 mm distance in the compass. Draw the circle. Okay, now next step is mark outward stroke. Mark outward stroke, which is given here 16 mm in this problem section, 60 degree with reference O1O. With reference O1O. Okay, don't measure that outward stroke from this vertical line. Don't make mistake in this. This is very important point in offset follower. If the problem will come in the examination of offset follower, measure the outward stroke from O1O, not from this vertical line. Okay, O1O, which is given here 60 degree. After that, dual pivot is given 30 degree. From this line O16, mark the dual angle with help of protractor, and then from this reference line mark a return stroke as you done earlier. Okay, but remember that point, you have to mark the outward stroke from O1O. You have to measure the outward stroke from O1O. That is important point. Don't mistake in that. Now next step, divide the outward stroke into number of equal parts. Number of equal parts as you divide into displacement diagram. In the displacement diagram, you divide the outward stroke into 6 number of equal parts. So divide that theta O also into 6 number of equal parts and give the numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you divide that outward stroke into 8 number of equal parts in the displacement diagram, divide here also the outward stroke into 8 number of equal parts. Okay. Now next is mark the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as shown here in this diagram. Now the next step is from point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have to draw the straight line which is tangent to that offset circle. Which is tangent to the offset circle. In inline follower, we draw the straight line from O1, which is center of cam rotation. But some difference in offset follower is that you divide that outward stroke O1, O6 into 6 number of equal parts and mark the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. don't draw the line from O1 1, O2 1, O2 3, O2 4, O1 5, O1 6, not like this. Just you have to mark the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from dividing the angle O1 6. Okay, but you have to draw the line from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is tangent to that offset circle. From point 1, draw the line tangent to the offset circle. From point 2, draw the line tangent to that offset circle. From point 3, draw the line which is tangent to that offset circle. Through point 4, draw the line which is tangent to that offset circle. Okay, in this way you have to draw the line and extend beyond the base circle, because on that line you have to take the distance from the displacement diagram. This is very important point while drawing the straight line. Okay, don't make mistake in the examination. Now the next step is mark the distance 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E, 6F from the displacement diagram. Okay, I show you again. 1B, 2C, take the distance 1B in the compass and 1 as a center, cut the line, first line at point A. 2 as a center, 2B as a distance, okay, cut the second line at point B. 3 as a center, 3C as a radius in the compass, cut the third number line at point C. 4D, that much distance in the compass from the displacement diagram. 4 as a center, cut 4 number line at point D. In this way you have to mark point A, B, C, D, E and F and so on. Okay, now the next step is join the points A, B, C, D, E and F by a smooth curve as shown here. Draw the arc through point A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, that curve should be smooth. Okay, if your distance from the displacement diagram is correct, you will get the smooth curve here. Now, next step is follow the same procedure for return stroke also. This is return stroke. Okay. Point 601, that 0 is a return stroke. Divide that return stroke into again the equal number of parts as you divide from the displacement diagram. Okay, if you divide in displacement diagram 6 number of part, so divide here also return stroke into 6 number of equal parts, and as it is a return stroke, give the numbers as this is 6, again this is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and last one 0. This angle you have to divide. This angle you have to divide. Okay, and now the next step is from point 1, draw the tangent to the offset circle. From point 4, draw tangent to the offset circle. Through point 3, draw the line tangent to the offset circle. In this way, from all the points, you have to draw the lines which is tangent to that offset circle. In this way, tangent to offset circle. Then from the displacement diagram, take the distance 6g in the compass and 6 as a radius 6 as a center, and 6G as a radius, cut the 6 number line at point G. Now phi h, that much distance in the compass from the displacement diagram, phi as a center and phi h as a radius in the compass, cut 5th number line at point H. In this way you have to mark all that point G, H, I, J, K, L and last one M, and join these all the points by smooth curve. Now remaining is a dwell period. As dwell period is a stationary period of the follower, so join directly that F point and G point. Okay. In the next slide, you can see that F and G is directly joined here, and you will get the final curve cam profile as like this. And if you see the final image of the cam profile, you can see here your final answers, which you can see like this. This is the cam profile. O to F is outward stroke. F to J is dwell period, which is 30 degree, and J to M is a return stroke. And again M to this complete up to 0 mark, it is again a dwell period, which is given 210 in the problem statement. In this way, you have to draw the cam profile for offset follower. Okay. Now, the general mistake that you made in the examination while drawing the cam profile in offset follower, because a radial follower is very, very simple, but what is the twist in offset follower? The first mistake you made in that you measure the outward stroke from vertical center line, which is wrong. Okay, you measure the outward stroke from vertical center line while drawing the cam profile. This is wrong in offset follower. You have to join line O1O, and from that line you have to measure the outward stroke. You have to join first offset distance O1O, and from that you have to measure outward stroke. Okay, that is the correct step. Draw the line joining the cam axis O1 and trace point of the follower. Trace point of follower is important point. It's trace point of the follower O, and from this line you have to measure the outward stroke. In case of roller follower, we already studied the trace point of the follower is nothing but axis of the roller. Axis of the roller. Here you can see trace point is nothing but axis of the roller. Okay, but in offset follower, that roller is offset with some distance. Offset with some distance, and this is the trace point O, not that intersection point. Okay, the center of the roller is the trace point of the roller. Okay, so from that point, trace point, you join O1, and from this dotted line you will measure the outward stroke. Here that outward stroke is given 70 degree. So that 70 degree is measured from this line, and this line is nothing but O1O, and O is the trace point of the roller follower, which is nothing but axis of the roller. Axis of the roller. Okay, so don't make mistake while drawing the cam profile. The second mistake that you made while drawing, you draw the division division of outward stroke from cam center, which is wrong. You draw the division line from cam center, that division line. These are the divisions line from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the division points. From that point, you draw the line from O1, O1, 1 and extend, O1, 2 and extend, O1, 3 and extend. Not like this. Not like this. This is wrong. you have to divide that angle and just mark the division point on the base circle, but from not oval center line, you are not drawing the division line. You have to draw the division line from point 1, but it is tangent to the offset circle. Okay, tangent to the offset circle. Draw the division line tangent to the offset circle. This is the correct procedure of drawing. Okay, so these are some important points that you make the mistake in the examination while drawing the offset follower cam profile. Okay, so these are this is image of roller follower. Only the follower type is changing here, but the procedure to draw the cam profile while it is offset follower, it is same. Okay, again here I repeat again, the trace point, join the trace point of the follower and the cam axis by line here O and O1, and from that you will measure the outward stroke. Okay, so at the end of this session, the student can understood the procedure of drawing cam profile for offset follower. Thank you for observing this video.